Hi, I'm Carl from Apt, and in this video I'm going to give you a closer look at the Sony A90K series OLED. This is part of their Master Series lineup, so it gets all the best stuff Sony offers, but in a much smaller package than their other Master Series TVs. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to check out the links in the description after the video to see all of our latest pricing or to speak with one of our experts. As far as the design goes, the A90K is sporting a thin bezel, but it's a little deeper than what you might be used to seeing with an OLED TV, and it's only available in a 42 and 48-inch screen size. For the pedestal, this one has a single-foot center-mounted design with two different heights. The standard position has a low-profile look, and then you also get a soundbar position that is going to raise the screen about 2.5 inches higher to accommodate a soundbar in front. All your connections are on the back, and they include two USBs, a mini plug composite input that doubles as an S center speaker input, an optical audio out, Ethernet, RS-232C, an antenna input with an ATSC 3.0 tuner, and 4 HDMI ports, 2 of which are full HDMI 2.1 that are going to offer variable refresh rates and 4K at 120 Hz. Input number 3 is also where you're going to find your enhanced audio return channel for outputting Dolby Atmos to a compatible soundbar or AV receiver. Finally, you get Bluetooth 4.2 and Wi-Fi that you can use for hooking up a pair of wireless headphones or using Apple AirPlay or HomeKit or Google Chromecast. The A90K is also compatible with the new Sony Bravia cam, however, it's sold as a separate accessory. The camera is going to let you make video calls through the Google Duo app, and once Sony updates the firmware, it'll also work with the Ambient Optimization Pro feature to adjust the picture and sound based on where you're sitting and the room environment. The A90K is also one of the few TVs that Sony released this year that gets a backlit remote, but that's not all. They finally refreshed the design, and it's a lot more compact with a simplified button layout, and maybe even more importantly, it has a remote finder feature built in that plays a tone to help you find your remote if it ever gets misplaced. Another aspect of this series that people are going to enjoy is the audio. This, like the other OLEDs in Sony's lineup, uses Acoustic Surface Audio Plus. It has 2 actuators behind the glass to make the audio seem like it's coming directly from the action on the screen. There's also a single sub to provide some bass. Don't expect too much from it, but it's better than a lot of other TV sound systems. And because of the size of these screens, you'll likely be sitting a little closer, so you don't necessarily need the sound to be massive. Now that being said, a good Atmos-ready soundbar wouldn't be a bad idea for this one either if you really want to get the most from it. For the operating system, you get Google TV, which is great. It's easy to navigate through, and you get a huge selection of apps through the Google Play Store. Pressing the home button on the remote is going to bring up the home screen. At the top, there's going to be a list of apps that is customizable, and then under that are going to be content suggestions for different genres. And now that brings us to the best part of the A90K, the picture. Because this is part of the Master Series, you're getting Sony's top-of-the-line processing. This one is going to use their Cognitive Processor XR, which uses AI to keep all of the focal points of the image optimized to look their best. It's subtle, but it works really well. XR OLED Contrast Pro makes sure the contrast is boosted in the bright areas of the picture, which helps the details really stand out. It's not going to be as bright as an LED picture, but because the black levels are infinite, it gives the image more character and it just pops off the screen. It really comes to life when you're playing back HDR10, HLG, or Dolby Vision content. OLED TVs offer such incredible colors, and this one is no different. Sony does a great job keeping the picture from looking too over-processed. It never seems overblown or fake looking. Skin tones are natural, colors appear as if you were just looking out of your window, and motion is smooth with just the right amount of blur when it's necessary. You get plenty of preset picture modes to choose from as well, like Cinema, IMAX Enhanced, Dolby Vision Bright and Dark, and Netflix Calibrated, or you can go deeper into the menu and make adjustments to specific settings to really dial it into your liking. Personally, I like the Dolby Vision Bright and Dark settings depending on the amount of light you have in the room. Because of the size of the A90K, it's got more of a gamer's TV feel to it. It's kind of like an oversized PC monitor with an incredible picture. You get those next-gen gaming features like VRR and 4K at 120 Hz. Plus, if you're hooked up to a PS5, you get auto HDR tone mapping to bring out a ton of detail in the dark and bright spots so you can see things in your games you might not be able to otherwise. And the viewing angles are great too, so anyone sitting off to the sides while you're either watching a movie or playing a game is going to get to see the same great picture that you do while you're sitting right in the middle. If you're someone looking for the best possible picture to fit a smaller space, or you're a gamer who might be using this as a monitor/TV, This is an amazing option. It gets all of Sony's best processing, and the audio is good enough that it doesn't require you to add another sound system unless you want to. If you have any questions on the A90K or you need help finding the right TV for your needs, please be sure to contact our experts here at Apt. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.